Hey, what's going on, guys? So I've been having a continuing issue with the duct. When I got that water in the fuel system, they cleaned everything out, and I think the fuel pump has gotten weak, and so I just ordered a new fuel pump, and I'm gonna attempt to swap it out myself, and hopefully it remedies the fuel delivery issue with the bike, and I'll be back to full power racing. So stay tuned, and I'm going to show you hopefully how to do this as I do it. We'll see what happens. Like, comment, subscribe. Alright, so the first thing I did was take the seat off to give me a little access to the top of the tank. I've got the what is supposed to be the replacement fuel pump out of the FedEx wrapper, and then to access the fuel pump, it's right under this housing here next to the shock. From the information I've collected, I am not sure if this can be serviced without removing the whole tank, so that's what we're about to find out. So it looks like I will be able to service this without removing the tank, because I can undo the electrical harness and these fuel lines pop off. And it's important to note, when you take these off, this fuel line has a little red paint on it, and that one goes to the top and the other one goes to the bottom. So I'm about to pull that one off, and I've got a little drain pan here to catch the gasoline that comes out of it. I don't know if the camera's going to see this or not. It looks like it is. But there is just a ton of trash in that fuel. No wonder the damn thing is freaking, seems like it's starving for fuel. So my fuel pump's out. And I'm telling you, beyond the shadow of a doubt, there's no freaking way that the freaking Ducati tech removed this from the motorcycle, because there ain't no freaking way, with all that crap in there and muck on this pump, there's nobody in their right mind would have taken this apart and put the damn thing back together like this. So I'll be calling freaking Ducati, and they're still open right now, so they're about to get a freaking earful. Alright, so I've got, like I said, I've got the fuel pump is out of there, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe all that. Anything I can reach to wipe clean, I'm going to wipe clean. I mean, you could see how foul that freaking fuel is, just because, I mean, I understand over time this is going to rust. Even though it's stainless steel, it's, you know, it's stainless, it's not stain free. But I mean, this is something that when I dropped the bike off, because it wasn't running, and they found it had water in the tank. If I'm not a mechanic, I'm a glorified part swapper, and I could take this pump out by myself in my freaking dirty ass barn, you know, and then I'm going to clean this before I put it back in, and I'm going to go ahead and put this replacement pump in it, and I'm going to change out the filter, and I'm going to change out this filter housing, or little sleeve filter deal. How is it that somebody who's not a mechanic in their dirty barn can do this, but a freaking certified Ducati tech doesn't think to do this? I mean, I'm floored. Literally, I'm on the floor. I mean, it's just blows my mind. But rest assured, when I'm done with it, even though I'm not a mechanic, when I'm done with it, the damn bike is going to be 100% and right. And you could take that to the bank. I mean, there's just no excuse for this. No excuse. Okay, so I need to do a little bit more research. I wiped off this in valve and tried to blow in through it and can't. So I need to find out if I need to replace this or if it's just some real high pressure in because it's the fuel return system. So a little bit more research, and I'll let you guys know what I figure out. All right, it's been a few days. I got my fuel filter. Now I can go ahead and pull the assembly back out of the bike and start assembling it all back together. And hopefully this is all the repair it needs to be back to full power. Okay, so the first thing I did was put the new fuel filter on, and you can see that stainless crimp ring there, and I bought special pliers for those clamps. And then the next thing, you'll need a 4mm Allen to take off the fuel pump bracket so you can put this little bag filter on. So that's what I'm in the process of doing right now. After you've got the bag pressed on and you put the pump bracket back on, then you can go ahead and get your new pump, and you've got to take the little black cover off of the bottom. I'm going to leave the top one on for now, but then you go ahead and place it down into the bracket and plug in your power wire. There was a zip tie around this when I took it out, and so I've gone ahead and put a zip tie back, and now I'm going to take off this black cover and put the hose from the pump to the fuel filter. Now my hose is on there. The only thing I lack is the inlet. There's a nipple right there coming from this pressure valve, and that's on the inside here. So that's the fuel return. There was a piece of hose on that, and I thought I had some, but this is way too small. So I'm gonna go ahead and not put that piece of hose on, because I mean, all it did was run it over in toward the pickup for the fuel pump. So I don't think it's super necessary. So I'm gonna go ahead and reassemble this, put some fuel in the bike, and try to start it up, and then go for a little ride and see what happens. So it's running. I just turned the key off and on a couple of times to go ahead and prime the system. It's running. I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit, and then I'm gonna try and take it for a ride, and we're gonna see what happens as far as, am I gonna have power or am I not gonna have power? That is the question that remains to be answered, and we'll see what happens. Test ride went well, and I think the injectors still need a little bit of cleaning done to them, but I went for a pretty decent ride, and it's getting a little bit better as I go. So I'm gonna put a few more miles on it later this week, and put some more probably going to get some high octane fuel to run through it, and some different injector cleaner, probably some Lucas or something, run through there and by the weekend it should be good to go. So thanks for watching. Now you know how to change out a fuel pump and fuel filter on a Ducati Hypermotard 1100S. It's a 2008 model. They're probably similar on other models as well. So hopefully that helped you out and I can get this thing sold. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. So my final thoughts are, after talking to a couple of friends, I'm gonna either send out my injectors to be serviced or just put new injectors in it. I've got to call somebody to get that taken care of, and then the bike will be 100% after that.